In the bustling heart of our nation's capital, DC Special Police Officers stand as a vital line of defense, safeguarding lives and property. Tasked with protecting specific locations and assets, these dedicated men and women embody courage and commitment. Their duties are diverse, encompassing everything from patrolling sensitive areas to responding to emergencies. They are the guardians of our government buildings, our transportation hubs, and our public spaces. The role of a DC Special Police Officer comes with immense responsibility. They are entrusted with the authority to use force when necessary, making split-second decisions that can have lasting consequences. This awesome responsibility demands a deep understanding of the law, unwavering ethical standards, and a commitment to the safety of all citizens. The men and women who answer this call are often the unsung heroes of our city. They work tirelessly, often behind the scenes, to ensure that our lives can continue without interruption. They are the protectors, the first responders, and the guardians of our peace of mind. As we delve into the critical topic of firearm safety, it's essential to recognize the weight carried by those who serve as DC Special Police Officers. Their commitment to protecting our city deserves our utmost respect and unwavering support. Before we delve into the specifics of firearm safety, it's crucial to establish a common understanding of key terms and concepts. As a DC Special Police Officer, your ability to effectively and lawfully perform your duties hinges on a clear grasp of these foundational elements. Let's begin with force. In the simplest terms, force is any physical action used to compel another person to comply. This can range from verbal commands to physical restraint all the way up to the use of deadly force. It's crucial to remember that any use of force must be justified and proportionate to the threat encountered. Next, we have objective reasonableness. This legal standard dictates that any use of force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, without the benefit of hindsight. It requires officers to make split-second decisions based on the information available to them at the time, considering factors like the severity of the crime, the suspect's actions, and the potential threat to themselves and others. Finally, let's discuss your service weapon. This firearm is not simply a tool, it's a symbol of your authority and a last resort in the face of imminent danger. It should always be treated with the utmost respect and handled with unwavering discipline. Remember, your service weapon is a tool for protection, not aggression. By internalizing these definitions and embracing the principles they represent, you lay the groundwork for responsible and effective service as a DC Special Police Officer. As a DC Special Police Officer, you are authorized to use force when necessary to perform your duties. However, this authority must always be exercised within the bounds of the law and with the utmost restraint. The use of force framework provides a structured approach to guide your decision-making in these critical situations. This framework consists of a continuum of force options, ranging from verbal commands and empty-hand control techniques to the use of intermediate weapons and, ultimately, deadly force. The appropriate level of force in any given situation depends on the totality of the circumstances, including the severity of the offense, the suspect's actions, and the potential threat to yourself and others. De-escalation techniques are paramount in this framework. Whenever possible, your goal should be to resolve situations peacefully and avoid the need for any physical intervention. This may involve using verbal persuasion, creating distance, employing tactical communication, or seeking assistance from other officers. It's crucial to remember that the use of force should always be a last resort, employed only when other options have been exhausted or are clearly not feasible. Your primary objective should always be to protect life and ensure the safety of yourself, the suspect, and any bystanders. By mastering this framework and embracing the principles of de-escalation, you can effectively navigate challenging encounters while upholding the highest standards of professionalism and respect for human life. Section 4. Handling your firearm, essential rules for DC Special Police. The authority to carry a firearm as a DC Special Police Officer is a weighty responsibility that demands unwavering adherence to safety protocols. Your firearm is a tool of last resort, and its use carries profound consequences. Therefore, it's paramount to internalize and practice these essential rules for firearm handling. Firstly, always treat your firearm as if it's loaded, even when you know it's not. Complacency breeds negligence. This mindset ensures that you consistently follow all safety rules, Secondly, never point your firearm at anything you are not prepared to shoot. This fundamental rule underscores the potential for unintentional harm when handling a firearm. Your fingers should only be on the trigger when you've made the conscious decision to fire. Thirdly, be aware of your target and what lies beyond it. Bullets can penetrate walls and other objects, potentially harming innocent bystanders. Before squeezing the trigger, you must have a clear understanding of your target and the potential consequences of a missed shot. Fourthly, maintain strict control of your firearm at all times. Never leave it unattended or within reach of unauthorized individuals, including children. Secure storage is essential to prevent accidents and misuse. Lastly, and critically important, neck restraints are strictly prohibited. These dangerous maneuvers can cause serious injury or death and should never be employed. By adhering to these rules, you demonstrate a commitment to responsible firearm handling and contribute to a safer environment for yourself and the community you serve. Section 5. Staying Sharp Certification, Training, and Your Responsibility. Becoming a DC Special Police Officer is merely the first step in a lifelong journey of learning and honing your skills. Your initial certification demonstrates your competence at a specific point in time. However, the ever-evolving nature of law enforcement demands continuous training to maintain proficiency and adapt to new challenges. Regularly participate in firearms training, both on the range and in realistic scenarios. This practice will keep your skills sharp and familiarize you with the latest techniques and legal updates. Remember, complacency can be deadly in this profession. Beyond technical proficiency, invest in expanding your knowledge of de-escalation techniques, conflict resolution, and legal developments pertaining to use of force. The more tools you have at your disposal, the better equipped you'll be to handle complex situations effectively and safely. Furthermore, actively seek feedback from your peers and supervisors on your performance during training exercises. Constructive criticism, even if difficult to hear, is invaluable for identifying areas for improvement and refining your skills. By embracing continuous training as an ongoing responsibility, you demonstrate a commitment to excellence in your role as a DC Special Police Officer and contribute to the safety and security of the entire community. Section 6. A commitment to safety, protecting yourself, your community, and your career. The privilege of carrying a firearm as a DC Special Police Officer is inseparable from the immense responsibility it carries. By upholding the highest standards of firearm safety, you not only protect yourself and the public, but also safeguard your career and the reputation of your fellow officers. Always remember that every interaction has the potential to escalate, and your actions, particularly when using force, will be scrutinized. By adhering to the principles of de-escalation, employing force only when absolutely necessary, and handling your firearm with unwavering discipline, you demonstrate your commitment to the sanctity of human life. Furthermore, your conduct off-duty is just as critical as when you're in uniform. Practice responsible firearm ownership and storage at home, ensuring your weapon is inaccessible to unauthorized individuals, especially children. By embracing a proactive approach to safety, you set a positive example for your colleagues and the community you serve. You reinforce the public's trust in law enforcement and contribute to a safer, more secure environment for everyone. In closing, your commitment to firearm safety is not merely a professional obligation, it's a moral imperative. By internalizing these principles and translating them into consistent action, you honor the badge you wear and uphold the oath you swore to protect and serve.